Okay, so hi, I'm Lenore Helm Hammonds, a professor at North Carolina Central University in the Department of Music in Durham, North Carolina. And I thought I would speak to you about what it means to me to be a teaching artist. I became a teaching artist during my time in New York City, quite by accident actually, because I was in between tours performing as a singer. And one of my friends said, hey, you should, they need teaching artists at this program I'm in at Carnegie Hall Education Department. And I thought, oh, I can't do that. I've always thought and had my nose up at teachers like, if you're a teacher, that means you can't do it. It's so funny because I ran away from teaching only to learn many years later that that's my true calling, that I teach through music. And what I learned from my friend, that Carnegie Hall Education Department had this program called Link Up, and I worked for Link Up for several years where they gave you a curriculum that was designed to help fourth, fifth, and sixth graders learn about composers, classical composers, by playing um, a hand flute, a song flute, a recorder. And they taught you how to do it, and they trained you and gave you a lot of professional development so that you couldn't, mess it up. And I fell in love with that aspect of teaching where you had the freedom to be an artist and do your art, and you still would go into a classroom setting with any age participants and really help them understand and learn what it is to experience music or experience dance or experience theater. And so, there opened my eyes to what a teaching artist is and does. You're not a classroom teacher. You don't replace a classroom teacher, but you take your specialty and your specific set of skills and experience as an artist, and you help people to engage with art. You help people to learn what it is to look at art, to feel music, to hear and see a dance. And these are another set of specific skills that you need to have to talk to a classroom teacher or school administrator, or go into a hospital or a hospice, or go into a prison or a senior citizen center or a community center, and really take everyone that experiences the art with you, whether it's one person or 1,000 people, an auditorium performance or a classroom residency where you see many fifth graders or many eighth graders, in sequential order to share with them and get them to think about what they do in their everyday life through the lens of art. And I'm so happy that you've chosen this path. It is a very distinct path, and is a path that requires a lot of self-reflection and a lot of research. One of the things that was difficult for me as a teaching artist was that whenever I wanted to create a classroom residency or an auditorium performance, I had to do a lot of research, and I had wished that there would be some curated group of materials where I could go right away to get those materials. So for instance, I did a residency on Duke Ellington with a group of fifth graders. Well, I had to dig and dig about what's interesting about Duke Ellington to a fifth grader. I had to look at all of his music and learn which pieces would be suitable in a classroom for sing-along, or to learn about composition, or to learn about science, or to learn about social studies. And so that's my vision for the Teaching Artist Certificate Program at NCCU, and for the extension of what I've now started to work on is a digital library called Great Artist Past and Present, to create a way for people to go one place to get information on any artist that they're interested in. And so this may take several years, but you have to start somewhere. And so, for instance, Nina Simone, I recently performed at the inaugural discussion and award given and recognized by the National Preservation Foundation that her childhood home, would be a national landmark. And it was a great honor, but just to think, if you wanted to do a residency on Nina Simone, would you know where to start? If you went to Wikipedia, you might get some information, but is it accurate? And if you went to Google, you'd find information, but it doesn't tell you, okay, this is good for second graders, and this is good for eighth graders, and this is good for people at a hospice. And so that kind of expertise from me as a musician and as an educator, I could bring that to the materials, pull them apart, explain them, organize them, and have people have somewhere to come and go to see them. So imagine a mashup between Wikipedia, YouTube, and that TV One show called Unsung. That's my vision for a great artist, past and present. But I digress. So being a teaching artist is a humble and exciting journey, and I hope that you are as excited for yourself as I am for you, and I look forward to helping you on that path. Again, welcome to the Teaching Artist Certificate Program at North Carolina Central University. And I look forward to working with you. You can contact me at lhelm@nccu.edu. And I look forward to meeting you and talking to you and working with you.